Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting my project on English syntax. My name is Rahmat Halik, and I'm in the class 5TP5. And in this presentations I will explain what syntax is and why it's important, as some key properties and how sentence structures work and what I have learned through this project. As the syntax is, first let's understand what syntax is. Syntax is the study of how words are arranged to form a sentence that makes sense. You can think of it as the blueprint or the structure of a language, kind of like the plan for building something with the blocks. Without syntax, word would be just randomly but put together, and sentence would be confusing and meaningless. Yeah, for example, the sentence "the cat chased the mouse." It sounds natural and correct because it follows the rules of syntax. But if I say "cat the mouse chase," it sounds strange and incorrect. Yeah, this shows that syntax guides us in constructing a proper sentence where words are in the right order to communicate clearly. So syntax is not just about knowing rules, it's about understanding the system behind how language work. It helps us organize words into a meaningful sentence, whether we're speaking, writing, or even learning new language. Why is syntax important? No, why should we care about syntax? That's the questions. Well, recognizing the structures of a sentence help us see the hidden system that connects words and ideas. When we understand syntax, we can see how different parts of a sentence, like a nouns, verbs, and phrase, connect and depend on each other. Identify the patterns that make sentence sounds natural versus awkward. Yeah, improve our reading and writing skills because we understand how sentences are built, and learn new language more easily because many languages follow specific syntactic rules. For example, in English, the typical word order is subject, verb, object. Like in the teacher explained the lessons. If we change the order to explain the lesson the teacher, it sounds unfamiliar because it's breaks the syntactic rules. Understanding this help us communicate more effectively and accurately. Right, we go to the slide 4, the key properties of syntax. There are some fundamental properties of syntax that make it fascinating and complex. The first is hierarchy. Sentences are organized in layers or levels. Yeah, smaller units called constituents. Yeah, such as noun phrase or verb phrase combined to form large structures like complete sentence. For example, in the sentence the tall boy kicked the ball. The phrase "the tall boy" is a noun phrase acting as the subject, and "kick the ball" is the predicate or verb phrase. These are distinct parts that work together to form the sentence. The second property is recursions, which is the ability to embed one structure inside another repeatedly, and this property explains why we can create very long and complex sentence. For example, think of the sentence "I think that she knows that he is coming." It contains one clause. embedded inside another, which is again inside a bigger clause. This nesting can go on infinitely, allowing for endless possibilities in expressions. The third property is the structure dependence. This means that the rules for transforming or analyzing sentence depend on their grammatical structure, not just the order of words. For example, to form equations, is boy running? We don't just move the first word, instead we move the auxiliary verb is, respecting the underlying structure. If we try to just move words randomly, the sentence would be ungrammatical. This property shows that our brains understand language based on structure, not just sequence. Let's move to slide 5, the sentence structures and constituents. Yeah, let's look at the how sentence are built. Yeah, sentences are made up of parts called constituents, like smaller building blocks that functions together. This can be noun praise like the tall boy, or verb praise like kick the ball. When we analyze sentence, we examine how these parts group together. Yeah, for instance, or yeah, in the sentence, the tall boy kicked the ball. If we replace the tall boy with he, the sentence becomes he kicked the ball, which still makes sense. This shows that the tall boy acts as a single unit or a constituent within the sentence. And understanding how parts functions as the constituents allow linguists and even language learners to draw syntax trees, visual representation of how sentences are structured. These trees show the hierarchy, the whole sentence at the top, yeah, breaking down into praise, then into word. This layered organizations makes potential sentence flexible, clear, and complex all at once. I move on to the analyzing components. When analyzing sentence, we identify different parts. Yeah, for the first two subjects, it's focus of the sentence. For example, like we were going on holiday. The verb is accents words like going, an object, or complements like the thing or people affected like on holiday. But adverbs or adverbial phrases like tomorrow, it giving us information about when. Knowing this help understand the meaning and functions of each part within the sentence. For example, in we're going on holiday tomorrow, the subject is we, the verb phrase is are, going, and the professional phrase is on holiday, and the adverb tomorrow tells us when the actions will happen. This analysis helps us see how syntactic parts connect to create a meaningful sentence. Let's move on to the challenge and learning. Throughout this project, I encountered some challenges. The most difficult part was drawing a syntax trees, and applying constituency tests correctly. And it was sometimes hard to decide which words belong together in a phrase and how to show their relationship in diagrams. Also applying different tests like substitutions or movement was tricky at times because some sentence could be analyzed in more than one way. Yeah, even though it was thought doing this helped me understand just how detailed and organized sentence structure really is, and I realized that syntax is not just about word order. It's about understanding how words and praise connect to form meaning. This project gave me a new appreciations for how complex language really is and how essential syntax is to effective communications. Yeah, that's it. All right, the conclusions. To conclude, that the syntax acts as the blueprint of the language. It explains how words are organized into sentence to convey clear meaning. Yeah, understanding syntax help us recognize patterns and rules, making us better speakers and writers. Yeah, without syntax, our words would be confusing and random. But with it, we can construct sentences that share our thoughts, emotions, and ideas effectively. In essence, syntax is the key to understanding the underlying system that makes human language possible. It's what allows us to tell stories, ask questions, give in simple. Yeah. All right. For the conclusions, syntax acts as the blueprint of a language. It explains how words are organized into sentence. Yeah, to convey clear meaning. Yeah, it's understanding syntax helps us recognize patterns and rules, making us better speakers and writers. Yeah, without syntax, our words would be confused and yeah, random. But with it, we can construct a sentence that share our thoughts, emotions, and ideas effectively. Yeah, in simple, syntax is the key to understanding the underlying system that makes human language possible. It's what allow us to tell stories and ask questions, give commands, and share our thoughts with others in a way that makes sense. Yeah, maybe that's all from me. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.